And welcome to SCORE's webinar, AI Hacks to Win Back Your Workday. We are really privileged to have Mari Khen, who is a seasoned IT professional with over 35 years of experience and a technology leader at Deloitte. As a certified business coach and SCORE mentor, Mari combines deep technical knowledge with a passion for leadership development. He specializes in helping small business owners harness the power of AI and digital tools to streamline operations, boost productivity, and grow their businesses with confidence. Without further ado, Mari, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. We are blessed to have a second summer, a continued summer here in the Nashville area. Wonderful weather for this weekend. Hope everybody's doing great, and thank you, Michelle, for the intro. I am doing technology and writing code and doing computer stuff since the 80s. And lately, like everyone else in the last couple of years or so, AI is kicking in and taking over. And I'm sure everybody's hearing and talking about it. I don't think you can avoid it. It's here to stay, and it's here to change in many different ways what we do every day. So this specific webinar, I'd like to concentrate and look into how we as business owners can utilize AI and what's out there without being an AI expert, a technology, a developer, someone that needs very sophisticated technical expertise so that we can leverage. So few things about AI. Definitely it really touches many different ways that we do. But it started probably about a couple of years ago when ChatGPT came with their first LLM model, where we can ask questions and people start getting hyped about it. And since then, AI became smarter and was able to know a little bit more than the model, the knowledge it was trained on, so we can ask questions that are more specific and more current. And then came the agent evolution when we had AI agent, where AI can connect to other tools and do more things. And if you want to know more about it, certainly you can ask and I'll elaborate. And lately, we're talking about agentic workflows, where AI really drives the whole business processes start to end, and cannot just answer questions, but actually do things, make decisions, and get things automated with or without human intervention. That's a very high-level overview. And today I want to talk about 12 areas that I've identified where AI is embedded into tools that we can use today. Some of them are free, some of them are low cost. We'll go through them. The time I did it, AI is moving so fast. The time I did the slide deck a couple of months ago, since then, obviously things have changed. So whenever there is update to the slides or a new tool, I'll try to mention it. Most of the tools I've experienced and worked with myself. Some of them I know of, and maybe a little bit touched, and I don't have intimate familiarity with them. But you can feel free to ask at any point any additional information or clarification that you want to know. So what are we going to talk about today? First, what is AI? What does it mean for small businesses? That would be a short intro, and then the majority of the presentation today would be presenting those 12 areas of tools and talk about what they can do and what tools are out there, specifically what tools to use, and maybe sometimes when to use what tool. And then last, we'll wrap up and understand, okay, so now you have so many different tools. What do you do with it? Because in many times, and with different occasions, we get so much information, but at the end of the webinar, okay, so what do I do now? How do I implement it? So we'll try to touch that a little bit. Any questions so far?
Nope,
No, good. Okay,
everything's good.
awesome. So let's talk about what AI can do for small businesses and why you would want to do AI. Obviously, AI can leverage a lot of informations uh, and give you answers, but we need to be very conscious and understand what does it mean giving us answers. AI chat agents like ChatGPT or Claude or Anthropic or Gemini or Grok or there are many out there. They are not a replacement for a search engine. They are not designed to really come up with information. What they are very good at is creating information, new information, uh, or processing information that you provide to create a new content out of what you do. If you want to search for the what pizza place is open around me, then use Google by all means. Don't go to ChatGPT for that. Not that it may not give you an answer, but that's it might be wrong and it might not be updated, and it's not what it's designed for. So what AI can give us is the ability to leverage and use technology, even if we're not techie people, in a very simple, everyday language. You'd be able to communicate and tell an LLM agent, an AI agent, what do you want to do, and have it do it for you. And if it doesn't know, then obviously you can have it ask you clarification questions or correct it or work with it even without knowing much technology. Now, just like the computer industry way back in the 80s started with a personal computer cost thousands of dollars to down to, I think you can buy a laptop now for 150 bucks. And the speed of the first computer, even the cheapest smartphone would be 100 times at least faster than that computer. And AI is going through the same process right now. Some AI expert in a webinar said that if we were to compare the AI evolution to the evolution of the universe, then we are at the amoeba stage. We are not even starting, and things are changing so extremely fast that it's scary. It's so scary that when you read documentation of how to do something, sometimes a week later it's too old. It's running and changing daily. But it does have a lot of information. New models are being released every day. They are cheaper, they are faster, they are smarter, they know to reason better, and they have better algorithms, and they are very, very cheap. Million token on the latest ChatGPT model costs $1.25. It's not that big of a deal, and million token could be 750,000 words of communication for $1. And that's going down and becoming better and faster. So definitely something that we want to look into and take advantage of. Now, not all AI interaction will be a chat GPT, and definitely I want to emphasize that AI is way more than talking to a chat GPT. There are many systems out there that are using behind the scene AI, but they are designed specifically to solve a specific challenge, or they're trained on a specific model, or they are using a specific internal prompts or temperatures or other parameters so that you can get the result that you want without having to work directly with the chat interactive agent. So as I said, there are many different levels of tools. The very, very first level that was introduced about a couple of years ago is the chat-driven interface like ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. Then there are AI tools that we're going to talk about today. And the newest thing is the agentic workflows, where you can create a workflow of process that's driven by AI that can go beyond the traditional of predefined decision or workflow of processes. It can make decision, it can stop, it can get advice, it can actually monitor and make sure that it did itself its own work and correct itself if needed. It can do much more than what traditional workflows could do. What are the benefits? Definitely time saving, and I'll give you some examples as we go. You can convert work that you did for hours into a 5 or 10 minutes work. This is, if you use it right, AI can save a lot of work. Cost, it can, many things that you would hire someone, graphic designer, a financial consultant, many different things that AI can do today easily, can definitely save you a lot of cost. Can give you competitive edge. And again, if you know what to ask and how to use those tools, you can get ahead of your competition and do a lot of market research, a lot of ideation, come into innovation, create an amazing content, and use AI. And AI by itself may not be as creative, but with your imagination and AI taking and extrapolating on it and trying to get you a much broader perspective or ideas with your guidance can enhance your own creativity in many different ways. So Brandon is asking if we'll go into Zapier. We will mention Zapier and Aidan and Make today. We will not provide training on how to use Zapier specifically, but definitely we will talk about the tools in that category that are available out there. If you want to know more about how to create automation using workflow automation like Zapier, you can reach out and I'll be able to help you. So before I jump into the categories, just after the introduction, any other questions that you might have?
No questions.
Let's jump in. The very first one that I chose to present is productivity tools, task management, and work organization. The reason is that when I use those tools, I am on it probably a good 30 to 40% of my day, having those tools help me manage my day. So you'd say, what's new? I mean, we have Asana, we have Trello for many, many years. What's the idea of having AI-driven tools? The answer is a lot, because modern AI tools, for example, ClickUp, another good example is Notion. Motion is very well high in the category, but I did not use Motion, so I cannot personally talk about what Motion does. But when you work with those tools, they are aware of everything that you've done and everything that you need to do, your priorities. They can help you focus on what's important. They can help you understand what you need to work on right now. They can give you a report of what the team is doing. They can do so much more than what a simple or traditional to-do list can do. ClickUp supports the ability to associate notes and summaries and meeting notes and emails and obviously to-dos together in one coherent system in your schedule. And you can create tasks, and ClickUp will have an AI agent in it that you'd be able to tell ClickUp, hey, schedule a meeting with the team, send the agenda of last week, and create a summary of everything that the marketing team did last week, and ClickUp will do it for you. This is an amazing tool that leverages AI, took AI to a much higher level than any traditional tool. I personally use ClickUp on a day-to-day basis. I'm not representing ClickUp by any means, but I'm extremely happy with them. Asana is a very, very popular tool that started to get into AI and have a lot of AI abilities in it. Trello is a Kanban tool that can communicate and can be integrated as an AI tool within your AI workflow. But Notion, I would say that that's comparable to ClickUp in its AI abilities. It can also create tasks and manage documents and do a lot of stuff. It has a little different paradigm where a document or a content is your center theme, where ClickUp, the task is your center theme. So if you're more task oriented, ClickUp is your go-to. If you're more document and content oriented, maybe your Notion is your go-to. Both extremely high on their AI abilities, AI wizard and brain and integration into your day and productivity. Any question about productivity tools? Would you like to see ClickUp? Put your thumbs up if you would.
Nope, no questions.
Yes, yes, okay. Let me try to bring up my ClickUp. Do you see ClickUp? Is
Yes,
that what's shown right now, ClickUp?
we can see it. It's very small though.
Oh. How do I fix that? Maybe if I will share my other screen, it will fix that. Let's try that. How about now?
You're not up yet. There we go, much better.
Much better? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in ClickUp, you can create workspaces. And in workspaces, you can create many different tasks. For example, you can create tasks by category. You can create tasks by, let me see what views I have here. Calendar and see when tasks are due. So you know what you need to work on today. You can create tasks using a Kanban board if you're familiar with Kanban board, so that you can choose and work with your priorities, and you can see tasks in many different ways. But one of the interesting thing about ClickUp is that you can ask questions like, what is my main tasks on, or my next task on my product development project. And it will go and look at your to-do list and search and give you an answer of what do you need to do and what is the next task. You can ask who is on the team and many other answers. So this is just a very short little example, but I wouldn't have obviously time to demonstrate the whole tool. But you can define goals, you can create dashboards, you can do so much more with this tool that it will, even 2 hours will not be sufficient to demonstrate the capabilities of this tool. So let me go back and share the slide deck. Just confirm that we are seeing the slide deck again. Do we see the slide deck now again?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. Let's move next and talk about time management. So time management is another interesting aspect of your productivity and Workday. There are several tools in this area, and I tried many of them. Motion, which I didn't work with specifically. Motion is very much like ClickUp, which can create tasks and to-dos, but it also has an AI-driven calendar in it. It has great reviews from many different users, so definitely very much recommended. But if you do not have a project per se, Motion might not be the way for you to go. If you need to manage marketing or create tasks that are running all over the place by different people, maybe you need something more generic like ClickUp or Notion. But then for time management, your one of the best tools that I found out that's driven by AI is called reclaim.ai. And reclaim.ai does wonders. It can connect to 4 or 5 different calendars, like Google calendars, and take tasks from other systems like Asana or Trello or ClickUp under certain criteria and schedule them for you based on priority, based on due date, based on your availability. It can also help other people schedule meetings in your calendar and put them in priority and show them exactly what time is available for you. So if you want to take everything that you've defined in your productivity tool and take into consideration how important and urgent it is, and if there is a due date, take into consideration all your calendars, your work calendar and your personal calendar and other meetings and everything else, and help and get everything set up for you so that you work on the most important things first. And you don't need to worry about what to do next and how to make sure that the most important things get done. Reclaim is the tool for you. Forget about planning your week anymore. It will just take everything that you've planned on your productivity tool and it will do it for you. It will, if you want, it will even let you breathe. You can decide and tell him that you need a couple hours a week for strategic brainstorming, or you want 15 minutes after every meeting. It can even find out what's your address, what's the address of your meeting, and block driving time for you to the meeting. It does all kind of things that traditional calendar could have never even dreamed about doing. Do you use ClickUp to help set goals, smart goals, goal style? And does ClickUp help management a calendar or have integration with a calendar? So the answer is yes and yes. So first, ClickUp has its own AI-driven calendar, which gives you little tasks and help you schedule the task, but it doesn't do the work as good as Reclaim. It has full integration with Reclaim, so I prefer using ClickUp with Reclaim. But ClickUp can integrate with multiple calendars and multiple emails. It can integrate with other productivity tools out there, even with Trello and Asana and Notion, so that you don't need to worry about that. But yes, it can integrate with goals. Smart goals, I don't think that it has out of the box when you create any specific tasks, and you can actually create goals as well. And when you create goals, you need to create KPIs, so they have to be measurable in that sense. But if you want to create smart goals and you put the right custom fields that will make sure that's attainable, that's measurable, that's time constrained, and so on, you can ask the AI in ClickUp to make sure that your tasks are smart. More than that, you can create fields in ClickUp that are AI fields. To the field could be, for example, the purpose of the task, and tell ClickUp, you fill it up. I don't want to fill it up. So ClickUp will go and find out from all the context of the project, and will make sure that this field is being filled up automatically for you, and it can fill up fields automatically. Now, so yeah, it has integration to calendar. It helps managing a calendar and smart. Any other questions about ClickUp or Reclaim?
You seem to have answered all of them. Oh, is ClickUp free?
It has a free tier, but if you really want to utilize, well, a word about AI. AI does cost money, so for you and for the vendor. So to expect the tool to give you AI for free forever, that's probably not going to happen. But it's not expensive. It's probably $20 a month per user for the pro plan for them. So it's not so expensive. Although they do have a free plan. So is Notion. Notion also has a free plan. I'm not sure about Motion. Okay. And now we couldn't talk about tools without talking about uh, chatting agents. So at least mentioning them and talk a little bit about how to use them. So obviously the most common one is ChatGPT. Everybody's like Google it. Okay, well, Google is not the only search engine. ChatGPT is not the only chatting agent for an LLM, but that's the most popular ones. Other that worth mentioning is Copilot, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, if you like Grok. I don't use Grok so much. I use all the other ones on a daily basis. Each one for its own purpose because each one has its own strength because they're working obviously with a different LLM. One that's really worth mentioning is Perplexity. Perplexity, well, one of the problems with LLM models is that they are being trained and the training is up to a certain date. If you ask an LLM what's the weather today, they have no idea because they are not trained on that data. But Perplexity combines search and AI, Gen AI response. So when you ask something, before it gives an answer to you, it goes and search the internet for the most the best sources that could possibly give you the answer. And it has a reasoning agent so that sometimes after the first search, it will trigger another search and another search. And after a short while, after probably 30 seconds, and depends on the mode, if you put it in a research mode, it could be 3 minutes. It will go and give you an answer, but the answer is up to date. It's based on content that's being available on the internet right now. And this is a very big differentiator. One more thing, I do not have a category for internet browser, but AI is getting into internet browser as well. So Edge and Chrome, for example, have some AI capabilities in it. And the reason I mention it is because Perplexity released a new browser called Comet not so long ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. That's really worth looking at because it's very well aware of what's on your screen. And not only it can give you information, it can actually do things. You can go and look at something and ask Comet, what is it? Or where can I get it? How much is it? And if you can find it, get it. It will make the order. You see a dish and say, find out the recipe and order the ingredients from Instacart. Well, the next thing you know, it's in the door. That's all you need to do on the browser, and it does everything for you. It's just crazy stuff what browsers can do. So that's Perplexity and Comet. One thing about chatting agent. Everybody's talking about prompting, and prompting is really the most important thing when it comes to chatting. Now, the prompt that you write is not the only thing that the agent is receiving. It receives a lot of other prompts that are being done for you behind the scenes, unless you are a developer and talk to them programmatically. So you need to be aware that they are being trained to use a specific level of creativity, a specific level of accuracy, and other stuff. But there are many techniques of prompting, and it makes a huge difference on the accuracy and the detail level um, of your chatting. I could probably talk 3 hours about prompting, but if you ask an agent, just an example, give me a recipe, no, a meal plan for my household for the next week. I don't have much time to cook. It can go and give you a very nice answer of a meal recipe, but you could say, I want you are a culinary and a nutrition expert. I want you to craft a very specific meal plan for my family for a week. We are 5 people, and our food preferences, this is the flavors we like, cuisines that we like. We don't eat eggs and don't cook anything that's spicy, but we do love this kind of vegetables. For each recipe, I want a picture, a step-by-step instruction, and an ingredient list in a summary of each recipe. At the end of the plan, I want an aggregated list, a shopping list for everything I need to buy for my house, like a long prompt, but you'll get a much, much better result. So generally, ChatGPT is considered to be the Swiss Army, and it has a reasonably good trend on almost everything. So if you need to ask something and you're not sure which one, ChatGPT is your go-to. Copilot integrates very well and very seamlessly with Office, Microsoft Office. Obviously, it's a Microsoft product. So if you're working within Word or Excel and you need to do something, or if you want to connect between two things or create things that will be within the Microsoft ecosystem, Copilot is your best friend. Gemini, very good with reasoning. So if you have a complex question, especially Gemini 2.50, the latest one that was released, is a very good and very inexpensive way to do something that requires a lot of reasoning and a lot of thinking behind. It's not a simple question. I want you to suggest a subject for me to go and work on. I have this expertise and I don't want to do something that, whatever. You give many different constraints, it will go and do the research and give you a very thorough answer. Claude is my go-to to create content. It's very creative and it does a lot of great work on creating documents, especially blogs and stuff like that. And Perplexity, we talked about what it does. So we have a little bit of an idea what it is. Let me see if we have any questions. How do you think we'll respond to more open source in America? Africa launched its own internet infrastructure. I really don't know. I didn't hear about Africa internet and infrastructure, and I'm not sure that this is a threat. The thing about creating an LLM, and many people are worried about China, DeepSeek, and others, is compute resource. It's consuming petabytes of data and months of compute and huge data centers to be able to create those LLMs. And it requires very large company and budget to create something that can compete with the stage and the level of sophistication that the US has when it comes to AI technology. So having infrastructure and other places, I don't see it as a threat of AI. And really, AI does affect politics and really anything that has to do with the power struggle between nations and stuff. So whomever is going to control the AI area combined with other areas that are evolving, like supercomputing and quantum computing and others, that this is whomever is going to control and dominate. I don't see a free option for Claude. Claude.ai, I don't know. I'm not sure if Claude provides a free option or not. But Claude is certainly one of the best engines out there when it comes to two things they're good at. They have two leading LLM. One is called Opus and one is called Sonnet. They're very good at creating content. They're very creative and doesn't sound AI-like or robotic. They can create very witty and sarcastic and funny content. So that's one thing. The other thing they're very good at is creating code if you are into computer coding. But this is the strength of Claude specifically. When it summarizes the long document, are those documents saved and used by the owners of Claude, or are they instantly deleted? So the notion of deleted is not even applicable because all you do is send a prompt to an LLM that's already sealed. It cannot train itself on your new content. And we'll talk about what does it mean, but when the LLM engine is out there, it went through 5 stages of training and fine-tuning before it came out. It cannot take what you do and store it somewhere and learn from it. It gets the question, process the answer, comes back, and it doesn't store it anywhere, so there is nowhere to delete it. Now, some companies are storing your questions elsewhere, not in the LLM, so that they can learn about what people are asking and how the LLM is responding and improving the next version. They train their next version based on the experience that they learned. For that, they need your 100% consent. So if you just log in and chat with an LLM agent, your information is not stored anywhere and doesn't need to be deleted from anywhere. I think that Google provides a free version with improved capabilities if you agree that your data will be used to train their next models. So if you just ask normal questions and you have nothing to hide, you're not really planning anything secretive, go for it. Like go and use my question. It's statistically used. It's not like someone is going to specifically look at you personally. It's used as part of a huge amount of data um, for the benefit of getting your information back. But generally speaking, all LLMs, especially the paid plans, nothing is stored, nothing is used, definitely not in the LLM itself, but even not for future training. For
Marty,
yeah.
Brandon would like to know, do you use reclaim.ai?
Reclaim.ai?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use Reclaim all the time. For time management. Is that the question? Did you mean Reclaim, the one we mentioned before for time management?
Oh, he said thank you. So you obviously answered it for him.
Yeah. But this is Reclaim, and all the information and tasks that it manages. It has a list of tasks that it receives directly from, in my specific case, from ClickUp. It has a list of habits that you want to know. If I want to create, for example, monitor my finances or do a week planning or learn a new skill, then I can allocate time during the week and it will find the time for me. And then I can create focus time. How much do I want to focus? If I want buffers in before or after meetings and all of that. And it takes all of that and create the week plan for me. The beauty of it is it's very responsive. If I go to my Google Calendar and I have sent email to newsletter subscribers later today, but I'll put a different meeting, it will notice it and will reschedule it for a different time for me. I don't need to worry about it. It knows to detect and work around any specific meetings or anything. If I publish, and I do, if I go to my scheduling links, obviously I can go and someone can go to SCORE and schedule a mentoring session with me because I'm also a SCORE mentor. And it will give them all the free time. It will take it, and if there is something else that was planned for me to do, it will rearrange and work around it. Unless I block the time and says, well, this is not negotiable, I'm not available at this time, then it knows to shift. So that's Reclaim in a nutshell. Let's conclude the AI assisted topic and move to the next one, unless we have other questions. Productivity suites. This is something that, as we are managing our business, we talked about productivity tool, we talked about time management, but we cannot go without talking about our main productivity suites like Google Workspace or Microsoft 365. So if we want our emails, our main calendars, our email clients and others, other essential utilities, of course, the Office suite and everything else. So then we need to have a productivity suite. Now, both Microsoft and Google are putting a lot of AI into their suite. Gemini for Google and Copilot for Microsoft. The ability of, or the level of integration of an AI agent into this productivity suite is getting, well, every day I get a new email of, hey, we added this, hey, we added that. But overall, from my experience, Gemini is embedded into Google Workspace in a much better way. For example, I can go to Google and ask Google any question about the content of my email, not a search, but give me the mood and level of anxiety of my clients based on the email I'm getting from customer in the last quarter. I'm not looking for any specific email. I'm looking for information that comes from a bunch of emails, and I'm using my emails as a knowledge base, and Google will be able to look at it and give you any answer about your emails that you want. That's one thing in Google. Google Chrome, for example, which is part of the suite, you'd be able to circle anything on the screen and ask questions. Obviously, Perplexity Comet is a little bit provide a little bit more sophisticated features, but definitely Gemini is getting more and more into the Google products, much more than a Copilot. Now, if you're a Microsoft shop, then stick with Microsoft. They're not a bad choice, But if you're opening a new business and you need the productivity, like a professional email and stuff like that, then Google Workspace with Gemini is a very good choice. Uh, you're welcome, Jason. So that's Productivity Suite. Any questions? Just ask and I'll stop and answer. Definitely one of the things that AI is helping, and there's many, 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 I don't know how many times I need to say many tools out there that can help with that. Basically, any chat agent can help you, almost any, not any, but can help you with creation of images. But when it comes to sophisticated and trained agents to work with images, there are definitely leaders that can help you do way more than just getting and creating an image. Gemini 2.50 is getting better, but definitely few things to mention. Canva, the Rolls Royce of every business owners that has to do anything with marketing and ads. Canva is their good friend. They can not only create images, they can also do text and do a lot of changes. And Canva has added many, many different tools lately. I'm not talking about Adobe family of tools who are extremely expensive and extremely hard to use if you're not a professional designer. But for everyday use, Canva would be more than enough to provide any needs that you need that you have on image and graphics manipulation when it comes to fonts, when it comes to creating images. You can create an image, you can create a logo, a very nice logo. There is a logo maker on Canva. And when you have a logo, you can edit a specific area, the text area or the background or a specific image inside the image. Just scrub it, mark it, and say, well, I want it a little bit darker, move it a little bit up. You can go interactively and work with your image, and it will create. It used to be that eliminating an object from a picture or improving photo quality was a wow thing. Now it's standard in any tool. But when it comes to creating new images and adjusting it on the fly using interactive mode, Canva can provides a very good interface. A runner-up, not so popular, but not too bad, is Microsoft Designer. It has a very similar interface and very, very similar tools to Canva. So if Canva is not your thing, or you want to try a different tool or a different approach, Microsoft Designer is definitely a runner-up. So while Canva and Microsoft Designer are graphic tools where you can add text and manipulate pictures, there are two graphic generator websites or engines that can create high level and fairly sophisticated, detailed, and high quality images. One is Midjourney and one is Leonardo.ai. I like to work with Leonardo. It creates a very artistic, very high level and sophisticated images from a very basic prompt, and it will help you even enhance the prompt and create the right mood. You can not only describe what you want in the picture, but also who's the picture for and what's the purpose of the picture. What impact or outcome do you want to have from people looking at your photo? And Leonardo can help you. So Midjourney and Leonardo are two platforms that can help you create images, while Microsoft Designer and Canva will help you create a full graphic post or creation, a design that will include graphic elements, text, logos, and an image, including the image creation. For a person starting a business, would you suggest using AI to create the website? If so, which provider? do the AI agents own the image created? And my concern is with copyright ownership of the image. So just be patient, because obviously website designers are one of the topics that we're going to cover. So we'll talk about what's out there and how to do it. When it comes to copyrights, the AI creation doesn't have any copyrights. There is a lot of ambiguity and questions about copyright issues with creation of images, and most of them were denied by court, because even though AI is being trained on images that's out there, it's definitely creating its own images so that no one can create a new image. LLMs and AI, generative AI in general, is very, very good in understanding a process by looking at many different examples. If you think about yourself, if you listen to country music for the last 10 years and now you need to write country music, it will probably sound like a country music, and you are influenced and understood the genre and exactly how to make the song a country like, for example. Same thing if you ate a specific cuisine and you want to create a whole new dish influenced by a specific cuisine. It's your own dish. Yeah, you influenced because you eat Indian food for the last 10 years or so. So you know what spices and what ingredients dominates it, but it doesn't mean that someone could say it's not your dish. Same thing with Gen AI. Usually, it's definitely not copyrights of the AI engine, uh, but generally no one can claim rights on something that was created by Gen AI. To know deterministic answer, you'll have to consult a lawyer. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer to give you the legal answer, but that's from what I know in my interaction and working with the subject and the topic. Other questions?
May I interrupt?
Sure.
Would you share what programs did you use to create your presentation?
That's another topic. It comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Definitely, we'll talk about the presentation creation and what tools to make them to. Uh, so we talk about image generation, and now let's talk about video generation, because uh, any marketing expert will tell you that moving things will draw attention more than static. So image is better than words, video is better than image. So let's talk about video generation. Now, in this category, the competitors are not even close, they're not so close, but they're not even similar to each other, in a way that each one generates a different type of outcome. It depends of what you want to do. My go-to tools is Pictory. Pictory creating a video from text. You provide the text, the plot, and it creates a video, and it creates it by embedding together clips that are royalty free out there, that can portray the emotions or the concept in a short video clips that looks very neat and very professional. You can upload your own clip if you want, obviously. You can put subtitles, you can record your own voice, you can create put their voice, they have a voice generator. So that is a concept of taking an idea and creating a series of clips that demonstrate happiness or mass or any concept that you want. They are extremely good at finding the right clip to demonstrate your idea in a video. It's very engaging and sometimes even very touching and to the point. Other tools in that category, Instadoodle, and Instadoodle is not the only one in this category. There are a couple others. I like Instadoodle. personally, but there's Doodle Maker, there's I don't remember, there's some other tools in this category. But what they do is take a story and demonstrate it with, think of a whiteboard and a hand that really draws as they speak. So you can create a whole plot, a whole story in a video format with your own voice or generated voice, text to speech engine, whatever voice you choose, and demonstrate an idea as if someone is actually teaching you right now with a whiteboard and a marker. You can write things, you can draw things, you can have AI generate the whole story. You can give your own plot and have AI generate specific image. I want an office with a board secretary and 2 different planters on the side, whatever you want, and it will make the image and make a hand drawing it. You can control the pace, you can control many different things in it, and make it engaging to convey an idea. You can do it for training, you can do it for advertising a specific idea or concept. Well, your imagination is the limit, but this is a whole different type of video than picturing. Now, the last tool that I want to talk about is the script. Now, the script doesn't create really videos, it helps you edit your videos. Think if you are doing podcast or if you're recording yourself or recording someone else, and you put it up in the script, it has an amazing capabilities of taking off all the and and double words and everything else that we naturally do. It makes sure that even if you're not looking directly to the camera on the video, you're looking directly to the camera. You can actually change the text and it knows to move your mouth as if you are speaking, even if you're changing the text of what you said. It has many different tools. You can move things around, do transitions, and very easy to use yet very powerful tool to work on demos, especially if there is a human involved. You can edit any type of video, obviously, but especially if there is a human and text involved, you can use the script and perfectionize it in a way that for example, you can take your recording, put it in a circle, put it inside your picture and demonstrate a picture or show a picture of parts of it and do a different presentation where you can demonstrate an idea. The sketch teaching one, that's Instadoodle. This is the one that's mentioned here in the middle, Instadoodle, in the middle of the presentation. Okay. What are we doing with time? We don't have time. Wow. Oh, I don't know if you got a drop. I'll try to continue. So at least we cover or mention all the rest of the topics. We're number 7 out of 12. So content repurposing. I'll just mention it real quick. You have a clip, you have a post in social media, you have a blog, you want to convert something else. You want to convert a blog to a movie, you want to convert a post to an image. There are tools that will be able to take one big thing that you did, usually a blog, but could be anything, and repurpose it to be optimized for Facebook or for LinkedIn or for other platforms. Those platforms are the best. I'm not going to mention it because you're going to get the slide deck after that call, and you can look at Lumen 5, Repurpose AI, and SEMrush. Not the only one. Lately is one of the most popular ones, lately.ai, but there are quite a few tools. Presentation. Who asked me how did I did that presentation? Gamma.ai, obviously, my favorite one to go. It creates slide decks, it creates PDF, it creates very engaging, colorful presentation. Gamma.ai is my go-to tool when it comes to creating engaging presentation. I also worked with Prezi and Beautiful AI. I didn't work with Tommy and Presentation.ai, but I worked with Beautiful.ai, which makes more traditional type presentation. Prezi has a very unique approach of zooming in and zooming out from a huge landscape of slides. Very, very cool. So if you want to do something that looks a little bit different, Prezi would be definitely something to look at. So if you are in the business of creating webinars, workshops, or presentations, Gamma, Beautiful, and Prezi would be something for you to look at. They're all very easy, AI driven. Give the idea and they can fly with it and give you a prototype to work with. Content management and email. So we write a lot of stuff, a lot of blogs, a lot of documents. Where should we store everything so that it's useful? My number one to go to would be Notion, because it categorizes it and you can put more stuff about the document. What's the category? What's the format? Where did I get it? Whatever, all kind of stuff. That's Notion, and we talked about Notion before, but because it does so many different things, definitely it's one of its shining areas. Notebook LM is a new product from Google. Amazing product. You can actually talk to it, create a full conversation, and say, I want to go next summer to Italy. I'm going with my family. Where would I go? And they start conversing with you and giving you a full plan and everything, and storing all the information in it. It's a very, and creates everything in notebooks. So anything if you want to do a research about something, store it and get AI to help you and guide you. Notebook LM is your place to go. Email client, one of the most important things. I used to spend half my days just going and chasing my emails. There are many. I'll mention some. If it's important to you for you to have your email as a knowledge base so that you can ask questions like we mentioned with Google, Shortwave is an amazing tool. The only downfall for Shortwave, it doesn't have a unified inbox. So if you want to see all your emails, if you have multiple emails, you want to see all of them in one box, then Shortwaves will not do that. A runner-up for Shortwave does basically the same thing, is Superhuman, another extremely heavy on AI that will categorize for you, prioritize for you, sort it for you, answer for you, help you answer, all of that. Superhuman and Shortwave, those are the only two that you can ask questions about your email as a content, as an email client. Spark is, I think, my main email client. It does have a unified inbox and a lot of AI tools and helping you get to inbox zero in no time with a lot of shortcuts, but it doesn't support the idea of asking questions generally about your email yet. So those are, if you're looking for a good replacement for Outlook or get a good email productivity, Shortwave, Spark, and Superhuman are your go-to. So we promised to talk about integration and automation. Warning, it requires a little bit more sophistication than the other tools. You need to be able to know maybe a little bit more. You don't need to be a developer, but if you want to connect your Google to your, for example, every time after Zoom, you want to create a meeting summary, look at the next step, create a task in ClickUp for myself and send the to-do list to whomever has to do it using an email and everything automatically, then those tools are your tools. They can connect and do things for you between many different tools. They are agentic in their nature. The most popular one is Zapier. Zapier is not the most sophisticated one when it comes to features and sophistication. N8N would be the most sophisticated one. So if you want the most connectors to tools out there, Zapier will be the winner. If you want the most robust flexibility in creating complex workflows, N8N is your friend, and Make would be probably the friendliest one of drag and drop and the least amount of knowledge that you need to do. Very intuitive, like balloons floating when you create your workflow. But you can save a lot of time if you can create those integration. Last and least, website builders. There are many out there that will help you. There are some that will create website for you, but they are very limited in the functionality and what you do. You're stuck with something that you cannot take it to the next level when you're ready. So personally, I'm shying away from them. The one that or at least the two that I'll recommend, Wix and WordPress are the most popular ones. Wix will help you and create a whole web page for you using AI, but at the same time will allow you to adjust and get some sophisticated feature. When it comes to flexibility and the ability to expand, WordPress is the Rolls Royce of web designers. It has endless of plugins and extensions and ability to extend. That's WordPress. Durable is a newcomer, which uses more of AI. And because we are already 7 minutes past the time, then I'll let you look at how to use that information and get it into action. Once you get this resources, it's really makes sense and straightforward. I wouldn't spend much time for it, but if you have any question before we drop, please do. I'll stay here and see if anyone wants to have any specific questions before we end that presentation.
Brandon would like to know, would you use Spark or Shortwave if you have Google Workspace?
So both Spark and Shortwave will not work with anything else but Google. They are sitting on top of Google. They're not replacing Google. So just like Reclaim AI and others, anything that you do in any of them will immediately reflect in your Gmail account. But if you want to have a unified, a better sorting ability, something that can work on any platform, you can create your own buckets and get an email and create a to-do and connect it to the calendar. Well, obviously those tools have more tools than the basic Gmail account, but they are all requiring Gmail at the backend. Some of them will also support Outlook, but they are not email provider. They're just an email client.
That's it.
Guys, thank you so very much. Hope you learned something today. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Call me if you need help. I am also a mentor coach. You can schedule a coaching with me or with
Marty, do you have your contact information in the slide deck?
I believe so. Not my score one. So when we send the content, why won't you give my score email?
I'll be happy to.
Awesome. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for being here. I will be sending out the video and the slide deck within a couple of days. But Madi, thank you. It's incredible information. So I will be reviewing the video and going through the slides myself because I'm not up to date on AI. But thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sure.
So everyone have a great day and please come back for additional webinars next Tuesday. If you're in driving distance of Nashville, Tuesday evening from 5:30 to 8, we have SCORE Connect Live. It's a networking event. Are you going to be there, Madi?
I'll be there.
Wonderful. So if any of you have questions about AI, you can go. It's a free event. There's munchies and adult beverages. And there'll be mentors there and subject matter experts that you can ask questions of, as well as network with your peers. People that are looking to start a business, those that have successful businesses. It's just an incredible event. So you can go to score.org/Nashville to be able to register for the event and then show up. That's always the issue. So
It is, someone is asking to repeat the information. So first, go to SCORE website, score.org/Nashville. All the information is there, and there's a lot of other resources in there as well. But can you repeat the date and time?
absolutely. It is Tuesday, September 16th from 5:30 to 9. And very good. Jason, thank you for posting the link to the event. That's appreciated. But it's very easy for anything SCORE related for the Nashville chapter. It's score.org/Nashville. And it's just a plethora of resources for you, as well as the schedule of our upcoming events. So, anything else you'd like to add, Marty?
Thank you so much. Have an amazing warm weekend.
Very good. Thank you all. Hope to see you soon on Zoom.